Back in 2022, I tried drawing Dark Souls for the first time. The result was, I think it's kinda bad. I literally dropped my pen and never touched it again. Until today. When I tried it again today, the result was better than I ever imagined. Today, I've decided to reopen the dusty pages of my past and create a drawing for a game I truly love. Dark Souls. Dark Souls has always been my favorite series. There's something about that decaying dark world that just pulls me in. It's not just about the challenge, it's about the atmosphere. As I said, even though I love the atmosphere, I've never been able to pull off a decent drawing. But today, I'm changing that. As much as I admire Dark Souls and the aesthetics of knight armor, there's only one thing I love more, and that is creating art. Honestly, I don't really see myself as an artist, but I love doing my best and sharing the journey with you guys. This video is also a celebration of our first month on YouTube. Honestly, I thought I'd reach a maximum of 10,000 views in the first month of the channel, but the support you've shown filled me with determination. Thanks for everything, guys. By the way, if this video gets enough love and likes, I'll be back with another drawing from the Dark Souls series. I truly, deeply love this game, but if you want to see characters from other series, just let me know in the comments. I read and reply to every single one of them. By the way, I love drawing, but honestly, coloring gives me way more joy. I feel like every single color makes the piece more meaningful and brings it to life. By the way, pixels are just the beginning. Soon, I'll be bringing my art to paper with some traditional sketches and live streams. Stay tuned. Let's talk about the real pain. I'm doing all of this using only a mouse. No drawing tablet, no pen, just me and my mouse. I've been doing this for over 2 months now, so I'm used to it. Let's be real, it never feels as satisfying as drawing on actual paper. Learning to draw with a mouse wasn't easy, but honestly, it took less time than learning the boss patterns in Dark Souls. By the way, I think Dark Souls has both the best and the worst bosses in gaming history. If you've played the game, you probably know exactly which particular friend I'm talking about. Bed of Chaos was the most boring and frustrating part I've ever played. It's not even a boss fight, just a platforming nightmare. But credit where credit's due. The bosses are what actually make this game a masterpiece and so much fun to play. Even though the bosses are tough, learning all their attack patterns and finally becoming the boss ourselves is so much fun. And another thing, I can never bring myself to use any of the boss souls I've collected throughout the entire game. Another thing I love about this game is that it doesn't treat you like a child. It throws you straight to the first boss and challenges you right away. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of hardcore games. I always want a real challenge in everything I play. By the way, in the coming days, I'm planning to start a mini pixel art tutorial series for Hollow Knight. It's going to be a sweet, little series designed in a way that everyone can draw along with. Like I said, coloring is the best part of a drawing for me. There's almost no trace left of the original sketch, and honestly, looking back at my old drawing, I feel like I've really come a long way. Also, while that old drawing took me about 5 hours, this one took only 3 hours, even though I did it all with a mouse. By the way, I've never been to an art school or taken any professional training in my life. I just try to draw new things whenever I find some free time. I especially love drawing game characters and making those troll sketches you see in my shorts. If I can do it, you can definitely do it too. All you need to do is practice things like perspective in your free time, understand the logic of light and shadow, and listen to advice from the pros. Just draw what you love, and don't be afraid of trying new things. And here's a little secret. Usually, the more color transitions you use, the better it looks. By the way, I have to say one more thing about Dark Souls. I've never played a magic build in any of these games, and that includes Elden Ring. All I ever needed was a massive sword and plenty of Estus flasks. By the way, what's your favorite Dark Souls game? Let me know in the comments. My favorite is definitely Dark Souls 3, but since Dark Souls 2 was the first one I ever played, I'll always have a soft spot for it. Let's be honest, Dark Souls 2 might be the weakest of the trilogy, but even at its worst, it's still miles ahead of most other games. In my opinion, the problem with Dark Souls 2 is the terrible hitboxes and the fact that most boss designs are just guys in knight armor. And let's not forget this absolute trash boss. To be honest, this drawing looks even better than I expected, especially when I think about how it all started. I really love looking back at the beginning of a piece and seeing that initial mess turn into something solid. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to stay tuned.